Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and if this is the first time you're seeing my face, my name is Pauline. I'm a polymer clay artist and also an illustrator. And yeah, so this week's video is a bit of, it's kind of like mundane. I feel like I don't have nothing interesting planned, just the fact that I have a lot of work to do. I told myself for 2025 I'm going to kind of slow down on dishes and kind of make things that are more affordable, because my dishes are so expensive because they're a little bit big. I get it. So I wanted to make like a little bit more like keychains and figurines and phone charms and stuff like that. So as of right now, I'm kind of concentrated on keychains. So that's the ideas I kind of planned out the past 2 days. I just had a couple ideas that I have ready, so once I'm done making my collection, I'm going to start working on those ideas and bringing them to life. So when I get there, I'll show you guys, but as of right now, the goal for this video, most likely you will see me making a bunch of Frankies, because that is what that's what I need to work on right now, because I need to ship out the order on Friday, because the person, I think, yeah, they ordered it on last Friday and I haven't started because I've been busy with work and everything. So yeah, I'm going to start working on Frankie, and hopefully I'll be able to get all 10 of them done, because that's my plan, to work like make batch making 10 of each of the 5 creations. Maybe I need to make a separate video about like what I have learned tabling last year from Artist Alley and what I'm not going to do this year, because I learned a lot. And I'm still learning, because like I only been to like 4 conventions, and 2 of those were like smaller and the other 2 were a little bit larger. But yeah, I learned a lot. So I feel like I have tips that can work for other people, or just like something I just want to put out there, and you can take it or leave it. But honestly, I have a lot that I want to incorporate for for me vending this year moving forward, to help me myself, and just like business wise, just so I'm not like wasting my own time and wasting money making stuff that I'm not sure if it's going to sell, just because I like it, which is great. But I think just because of that, I need to make it in a smaller quantity, and if it sells out, then that's a good sign to go ahead and make a bigger batch of it, or make it at a bigger scale, such as print. Start off 5x7. If it does well, then I'll go ahead and make my larger size of it, because I kind of just made every print that I made, I have it in like both sizes, 5x7, large size, which there's nothing wrong with that. But especially the thing, when it comes to that, it's like you don't really know if it's gonna sell, if anybody's gonna grab it at a bigger scale. The 5x7s, people will take it quickly because it's on a cheaper price, and be like, oh, $10, let me have that. But a bigger size, and I was selling it for $25, I feel like people think about it more, like, how about just like, on top of that, people might not have wall space to like keep grabbing big prints, unless they really like it, which is why you need to like start at a smaller scale and know what people like the most. Like your best sellers is what you should have as a large print, or at least that's what I want to go with for this year. Yeah, because I feel like every single print I made, I literally like, oh no, we're gonna go with big prints of it, everybody's gonna like this, let's do it. And some people do like some of the big prints, but they want it in like a smaller version. So it's like something, or they just like it, and just, that's it. But like I feel like I need to like gauge with smaller prints, like do it small, and then if I feel like a lot of people are gravitating towards that particular print, then I'm going to go ahead and make a big print of it. So yeah, because I know my Gojo prints, my gosh, that's like my bestseller of all my prints. Yeah, that's like one of my bestseller of all my prints. Initial intention for the prints was like, I know they might not do, like, people might not buy a lot of it, but it's just to bring attention to my table and get people to actually, oh, cute prints, and then they look down and I'm like, oh, smaller version, oh, clay stuff. That's like my mindset of when I made the big prints. But where I went wrong is I made like 50 of each print. Like, girl, what are you doing? I made 50 of each print, which is so dumb. Like, why would you do that? Why would you do that? Like, start small. Like, now I know, because people like, I think I watched a couple videos where people give advice, and like if you're starting out, at least bring 10 to 15 prints. Like I'm looking at like the how big the con is. I'm like, but 10 to 15 prints might not be enough. So now I'm like, girl, you don't know if this print is gonna sell. You don't know if it's if people are even going to like give it a time or day, and so please. I'm looking like the prints I have in mind right now. Talking about this is my Powerpuff Girl print. I really like it. It's so cute. It's so cute. It's so me. But I feel like nobody. I think one or two people notice it at like my whole 4 conventions that I've been to. Oh well, actually I can't say 4 because I only started. Okay, AWA is the only. Wait, no, Derby is the official con that, so it's only 2 events. Because like my first event, I only had my first con. I only had clay. I think after my first event, my first convention was when I started thinking about incorporating like illustration and like onto my table. So yeah, first event nothing. My second event, I only had like a couple 5x7 prints, and yeah, it wasn't much. It was just like a little bit, like they were kind of like chucked to the side and it wasn't really displayed properly. But yeah, that. And then my third event was when I actually have like my whole setup for my prints. So yeah, I think it's not fair. That's why like I feel like I need to give my print time to like like go to more events and see how people react to more of it, because I can't judge off of just those 2 events, Derby and AWA. If I want to give a tip to myself, if I'm just starting out for the first time and I want to like what to expect, is I feel like honestly still you get tip from people. It's not the same as you actually experiencing it for yourself and like, oh my gosh, now I know. Because we all have those moments where we listen, we listen, but we don't always apply, until you actually experience it and you're like, oh, okay, I see why this person did this now, or why they said not to do this now. So yeah, so definitely, honestly, starting out, if you're starting off with illustration, start small. If even better, start with like a smaller print and then go to a bigger print. Once you can gauge which prints do well, once you know which prints are doing well, then go ahead and make a big batch of it. Make sense? I feel like it's the same thing with stickers. I haven't done stickers yet, but I feel like this is because I'm planning to do stickers and sticker sheets. Yeah, I feel like I want to start with it. At least stickers are like smaller, cheaper items, but if before you dive into buying big bulk of stickers, like before you start buying like freaking 100 or 100,000 worth of sticker, just have a small quantity, so this way you didn't waste your money in case that sticker design does not like sell. I'm sure it will sell, but it might not sell to the level that you want. So don't go like, oh my gosh, I love this sticker, this is gonna sell, I'm gonna make freaking 100 200 worth of it, and then take it to a con and it like legit did not do as you wanted to do. So don't do that. It's not good. So basically what I'm trying to say is, no matter what you're making, if it's like, I feel like this applies to any products that you want to make, always make a small batch of it, bring it to an event and see how well it does. But honestly, each event is different. I feel like you can't really gauge. That's the thing with like doing Artist Alley, because like when you go to one event and then you go to another event, like another con, one thing might sell well at the first event, and then the thing that wasn't doing well at the previous event, or the thing that was doing well at the previous event, might not do well at the other event. So it's like, you honestly, you can only take advice by a grain of salt, unless it like until you do it. So it's like, but I feel like starting off with a small quantity, you can't really go wrong with that, because at least you can kind of know what does well. Like start off with a small quantity, especially if you're starting out. Start off with a small quantity, just take it to each of the events that you're doing, and basically you're collecting data to see what works best for you and your table and your business. it's one thing to listen to advice from other people, but it's also another thing to, like, take it with a grain of salt, see if it's gonna work for you, and apply it. Always take advice from people. Think about it properly, see how well that advice is going to apply to your business and your work, and just go with it. So that's the thing that I didn't think much about prints. I just know, like, a lot of people sell prints. I didn't think about, like, oh wait, it might be a competitive field because a lot of people have prints. But I'm like, oh yeah, prints, it's gonna do well because I don't, my work is mostly handmade. Let me do something, to supplement for people that can't afford most of my handmade stuff, because I had mostly dishes at some point. I didn't really have a lot of, I had keychains, but I feel like I didn't have a big variety of keychain compared to, like, my dishes and figurines. So I was like, most of my stuff were a little bit on the higher price. So that's why I initially dived into illustrations, to give people a buffer zone where if they can afford this particular thing, I have a version of it in a print version, or that kind of stuff was my mentality into making prints. But now I'm kind of like diving into, like, my own kind of design, like my own personal characters and stuff, because I'm more interested in that. Still interested in fan art, but I'm really want to create my own characters. So that is currently where I'm at. So for sure, know your audience, know what you want to lean into. If you want to do just original, there are a lot of like artists that do original work that are in Artist Alley. So you don't have to start off with fan art. You can legit just do original and you'll be fine. You'll be okay doing original stuff. So definitely, think about it, see what works for you, and go with that. I feel like this is what I want to talk about the most in this particular video. The other part is, like, expenses. Like, if you can find somebody to, like, travel wise, like, traveling to cons are expensive. Traveling to cons are so expensive. So plan properly. It's one thing to get into events. But then it's like, I feel like this happened to me last year, because I was like, oh my gosh, I want to do this thing. I want to, like, throw myself at it and, like, make it work. But then I didn't think about the aspect of, like, girl, you're going to be spending a lot of money before you actually make money. Like, you're going to be like, hotels are not cheap depending on the area the con is. Most of these cons are, like, in, like, I don't know, like, most of these cons are, like, bigger cities where, like, around that area is expensive, or maybe it might not be too expensive, but then those areas, like, those businesses, hotels, they know that, oh, this event is happening, there's gonna be a big influx of people coming in to go to this event, so we're going to hike up our prices, to meet the demand or whatever. I don't know, but, like, just plan properly if you're planning to do Artist Alley. Yeah, definitely, like, see if you're going to room with people, room share, just, or if you have Artist Alley friends that you're going to room with, like, find ways to bring down your cost is what I'm trying to say. Definitely, like flying, especially if you're flying, because for me, I'm flying. Most of the events that I'm currently getting into, I have to fly to them, because they are all in different states, and most of the states are not closer to me. I can't drive to them, so I have to fly. So I have to think about, like, what's cheaper for me, because I'm looking at different airlines and they have different, like, things that they ask for. Like, for me, I need to find, like, I go with Southwest because it's easier, because they have, like, it depends, right? For the most part, they have, like, the 2 check-in luggages for free and carry-on for free. So I'm like, great, because at least if I want to add one more luggage, I know all I have to do is pay for that one more luggage, and that's pretty much it. Because that's what I'm thinking about right now for one particular con that I got into, that I'm going to be flying to in April. So I'm thinking about, like, okay, I have to pay for, like, I have to plan out my expenses and what I need for these events beforehand, and then before you know it, your expenses for the events before you even get there is expensive, not even thinking about food and like ride shares, because like you're not going to have a car, and depending on how far your hotel is, or even just get into your hotel after you get off the plane, so those are expenses you have to think about. So like your girl gotta eat, so you gotta think about food. You gotta think, because I need to stay hydrated, so water stuff. Like there's so many stuff that we don't think about. We just think about, oh gosh, we got into this con, which is great, but now I have to think about my expenses, and I hope I actually make this back, because who knows, it might be a crazy year and we don't make our expenses back. Hopefully not. We're not gonna speak that into existence. Hopefully it's a new year. Hopefully it's gonna be good. It's gonna be great. But yeah, these are things that these are things to consider, to think about. Like I feel like I didn't think about, like I didn't think about expenses. I just thought about, oh, this would be a fun con to go, let's do it, and I just apply. And now that I'm kind of getting accepted, and like I'm starting to pay for tables, I'm like, oh damn, these things are expensive. I didn't think about table costs. I didn't think about like just how do I get myself to the event. I just thinking about, oh yeah, I'm gonna be at the event, that's it. I didn't think about like, oh yeah, I have to pay for this table, I have to pay for hotel, I have to pay for food, water, everything that comes with just being at the event. I have to be at this event for like freaking 3 days or 4 days or whatever amount of time I have to be there. I'm not gonna be in my own bed. I'm going to be at a hotel. So it's a lot. It's a lot that goes into Artist Alley and stuff. But anyways, I've kind of like rambled on, but I think I'm going to put this clip like while I'm working. So I hope you guys enjoyed me, talking about this for a little bit. But for sure, if you're interested in me talking more about this, let me know in the comment section. If you guys enjoy this, let me know. I might do a different video in the future about Artist Alley tips that I can give myself or newer artists that's thinking about starting or diving into Artist Alley like I am. I'm still a beginner kind of into Artist Alley, so things that you want to know or you need to know or to keep in mind pretty much if you want to really do this, full-time, part-time, what have you. I'm currently doing it part-time right now because I'm still working, so definitely things to think about before you quit your day job. And don't quit your day job just to dive into Artist Alley. Try multiple events to see if it actually works for you, because I know certain people don't like to travel, so this might not be something you want to do for sure full time, or maybe you just like the idea of having online sales, and not really traveling out to places. For me, I really enjoy, like I don't want to travel by myself, but I really enjoy going to different cities. But I know there are times where I have to go by myself because my fiance can't go with me all the time. But I'm here for it. I really want, like, that has always been my goal when I was younger, to travel to different places. And honestly, I haven't really traveled around the US, so I feel like this gives me an opportunity to travel to different places and meet different people and hopefully make Artist Alley friends, or make friends in general. Anyways, I don't want to ramble, but yeah, basically what I was trying to say is like maybe in the future I might make better video about this, talking, hopefully having more points that dive more into Artist Alley and stuff like that. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about this tangent that I I started talking about. But yeah,